Welcome back to Ask the Imam Show. This is Gary Payne. Imam Mujri, welcome back again.
I'm pleased to be here.
I'd like to actually talk about something that's right around the corner for us, Thanksgiving. And I'm kind of curious how you guys Islamically partake or think of the American holiday, I guess I would say, Thanksgiving. For me and for people that I know and for my family, it's kind of like a day of giving thanks on a personal basis. And for us, it's kind of like helping people who might not have as much as you might have or we might have, so to speak. What is the Islamic take on Thanksgiving, or is there a take on Thanksgiving?
Well, the first verse in the Quran, it says, praise be or thanks be to God, the Lord of the worlds.
Okay.
So we are instructed in Islam that anytime we start speaking or doing something, we should begin in the name of God and give thanks to God. Say, Alhamdulillah. This is a very common phrase around the world. All Muslims, they use it hundreds of times a day. Alhamdulillah means praise be to God, thanks be to God. Because there's so much that God gave all of us that we should really be grateful. And if you have a grateful heart, you will be a happy person because you realize how fortunate you are compared to a lot of people who don't have. But we are also instructed to go beyond the words and express our thanks to God by helping people who are in need, regardless of their faith or creed. For example, when in the time of the great prophet Abraham, he had a person who he kept talking to him about God, telling him, you should believe in God, you should be dutiful to God, you should be thankful to God. And that person didn't believe in God. Okay? And time passes, this person turns poor. And one day on a rainy, cold night, he comes and knocks the door on this great prophet Ibrahim. And he said, please help me. And the prophet Ibrahim, he said, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you. You are not a friend of God. I told you, as a person who believes in God, I can't help you because you are on the other side. And so he shuts the door in his face, let him go back to the rain and cold.
Isn't that contradictory of?
Instantly, the archangel Gabriel is dispatched from God and says to Ibrahim, what did you do?
That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly. He said, Ibrahim was confused. He said, how can I like and help a guy who doesn't believe in God and who is enemy of God? He said, well, God tells you this. He was a person I created and I took care of him all these years. I feed him, I help him, I take care of him. And when he needed you once, you shut the door in his face. Shame on you. So Abraham ran after the man, opened the door and ran after him, found him, got him inside, dried him up, warmed him up, brought him, generously a meal. The man was surprised. He said, what happened? He said, well, my God chastised me because of you, because I was not kind and hospitable to you. So that's our understanding, that if you want to be truly thankful to God and show your gratitude, you cannot feed God, you cannot take care of God, you can take care of God's creation. You can, show your gratitude by helping other people,
Not just
by helping
Muslims.
animals.
You mean anybody?
Anybody, everybody.
I'm saying this for Islamically.
Exactly. Islamically, you are supposed to help people across the board, regardless of faith. You're not even supposed to ask them what their faith is. You just help them because they are human beings who deserve to be helped. You are to help
Really?
animals. You are to help, the environment. So a fellow human being goes without question that you should help them.
Not that I'm here to badger, but that's not the Christian church ways. You have to be a member of the church for them to help you.
Well, we say you are a member of God's family. You were created by God. You deserve to be helped.
So they don't have to be a member of your mosque or a member of your community?
Absolutely not. We have social services, and 90% of the people we help are not Muslim, but they are our sisters and brothers in humanity, and they deserve to be helped. So to us, Thanksgiving is not one day a year. It is every day a year. It is every day that we wake up. The first thing the Prophet Muhammad taught us to say in the morning when we open our eyes, to say, Alhamdulillah, thanks to God who brought me back to life after I was dead, in my sleep. And to appreciate those things that we take for granted, these simple things in life that we take for granted, but really, how many people never wake up? How many people, they get up sick? So we have to thank God for, our hearts. When we were asleep, who was taking care of this heart and keeping it beating? Our lungs breathing? God. So we have to show our thanks to God all the time. And for many people, Thanksgiving is merely a shopping holiday where
The
they
day
go,
after.
or the day after.
Yeah.
Right now they start like the night before.
They have Christmas stuff out now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the doors and the
I mean, Islamically, I don't mean to interrupt, but do they, you guys, you and your family, for say, it's on a Thursday. Do you get your turkey, watch your foot? I'm not sure if you guys are into football, because that's traditionally, I guess you'd say, the American way of what we do is we watch our football at 12 o'clock. It's usually the crazy Dallas Cowboys or whoever, and not that I'm pulling for a team. And have our turkey and our big dinner. Is that what you guys do, or?
Well, a lot of Muslim families, they do that.
Okay.
A lot of Muslim families, they're Americans.
Is that against the religion, or is that okay?
No,
or
no,
not?
it's a what you call cultural holiday. It's not a religious holiday.
No, it's not, right.
So as a cultural holiday, there's nothing wrong with it. And like I said, all Americans who are Muslim, they're born here, grow up here. Many are reverts to Islam. So that's generations they have celebrated it, and they continue to. And Islam doesn't say you cannot.
I guess the only thing you don't have at your table is the ham. You probably have the turkey.
Right.
Okay.
We don't eat pork or pork products, so you substitute it for something that's halal.
No, I understand. Yeah, I understand that. No worries.
But especially around Thanksgiving, we feel as Muslims, we distribute free turkeys to other families, to especially poor people, because we feel that's the time of the year everybody should have a nice meal on the table and should feel included and not feel they are forgotten.
And these are not Muslims, most likely, right?
Maybe 100% are not Muslims.
And you guys do this all the time?
We do it all the time because the sad thing, there are more and more poor people in America, and they may not be able to afford a turkey on Thanksgiving. To many of us it's no big deal, but to those families it is a big deal.
Sure.
And what a small gift that you can make the day for that poor family, that the kids can sit and the whole family get together and celebrate. It achieves giving thanks to God, helping people, bringing families together. Okay, so it has multiple benefits.
Sure.
And we say, what we have a golden rule in Islam that says you have to love for your brother what you love for yourself.
That sounds like the Christian golden rule.
It is.
To be honest.
Yeah, but the Prophet said, You are not a believer until you love for your brother what you love for yourself.
Actions speak louder than words.
And exactly, so you have to demonstrate that.
Right.
And one saying for the prophet, he says, who does not thank the people does not thank God. So you do me a favor, you help me with something, I must thank you, because yes, God made it happen, but through you. And so we have programs to thank, first responders, police officers, firemen, the EMT crews, because these are the people, even on Thanksgiving, they are working.
Right.
And when something happens, when someone forgets the turkey in the oven and
Make a fire.
make a fire,
Sure.
and they are the people who put their lives on the line to keep us safe. So we try to show our gratitude to these folks because they're really everyday heroes.
Just out of curiosity, how long have you guys been around, if you don't mind? 10 years, 5 years?
The social service has been around since 2000.
And you guys been doing this for 18 years?
Yes.
I got to commend you. I got a mad respect for you. And each time we talk, I'm learning and learning something more. But I've got to show that. No disrespect to my Jewish or my Christian community out there, but I don't see them being like this just to anybody. It's usually you have to be a member of that society, so to speak. At least coming from the Christian way, from my growing up.
Well, we have to remember now that there are a lot of folks who don't belong to any particular church or denomination.
And where do they go? Right.
Yes. And we feel these are the people who need to see the love of God. If we say as people of faith, God is love, we are the ones who should demonstrate that love. And, speaking of Christians, didn't Jesus say, when you feed the least of those, you are feeding me?
Touché.
And that's the same teaching in Islam. God says that when you visit the sick, you visited me. When you took care of the poor, you clothed the naked, or you housed the homeless, you did that to me. And
but with you
that
guys,
is the test.
I'm sorry, but with you guys, it's not like you just care about the Muslim community. You're just doing it for anybody. That's what's surprising.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to say that's what's surprising to me.
And the Prophet said that to be a Muslim, you have to
Even atheist?
offer peace to all humanity. You can't discriminate, even atheists,
Very
because
impressive.
aren't atheists created by God that we believe?
Fair enough.
I believe so. So they deserve God's love. And like the example that we talked about earlier with Abraham, well, God, chastised Abraham for
Right.
refusing to give help to an atheist.
Basically, yeah. I don't mean to extend this, and I'm really sorry for this, but it's just kind of appalling that you guys will just help anybody from your hearts. And I have to ask, because there's got a huge reputation of the Jews and the Muslims not loving each other. Even Jewish people you'd help?
We love Jewish people. We will help anyone, and we will not ask what their religion is, because it's unethical for us to say, okay, what religion are you? And then decide I'm going to help you based on that or not.
I can respect that. Yeah.
You have to be genuine to help people without asking them that. Because let's say they lie to me and say, I'm Muslim. Well, what do I get out of that? Nothing.
Sure.
For me to get credit with God, to show my gratitude, I have to do it to the point the Prophet says you should give and hide it so that your left hand doesn't know what your right hand is doing. Okay?
Not for the pat on the back.
Yes. So you give, if you're giving to the poor, the needy, don't go around the people and say,
Sure.
hey, by the way, I helped this guy.
Yes. A
Now
lot of
you
people do
keep
this.
it and you hide it that your left hand shouldn't know what your right hand actually gave.
A lot of people are too
And that
bragging.
is
Yes.
embodied in the thing is you go and help people. You know who you're helping, who you need to help, but you don't make conditions and question their religion and are they good enough.
Do you force them to maybe give them pamphlets and made them come to the mosque? You don't invite them? Or
Anybody, the mosques are God's house, and you can come. Anybody,
So it's not like a catch-22. Come get a turkey, but come pray.
No, no. The mosques are open to everybody all the time, okay? And we, there's close to 2 billion Muslims in the world. So there is not like, if you come, we're going to make money. We don't charge people to come. And but we go out and help the people where they are. You don't wait and expect them to come to you to say, hey, I need help.
Sure.
If they have to do that, then we have fallen short, because how do you know that person is healthy enough or has a car or can know where to come or heard about you? The Muslim has the responsibility to go out, seek out those who are in need and help them with no expectation of anything in return.
I think I need to end this, but because we're getting a little lengthier, and definitely have to put a challenge out there. They have dance challenges, they have water bucket challenges. I definitely would like to challenge all the communities out there to do what they're doing here, to help everybody.
I
That
think
would be amazing.
if everybody does a little bit,
Yes.
we all can make sure that no poor family will go this Thanksgiving without having a turkey and without having a nice get-together and at least a happy day to enjoy like all of us.
Yes, and I think that helps in tremendous ways. Definitely
And
appreciate
happy
it.
Thanksgiving to you.
Well, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and definitely give thanks. God bless.